Hi guys, I'm Shannon from Skip to My Life. I'm so excited you're here today because we're going on a tour of my tiny budget backyard garden. Hey, if you're on a budget and you have a tiny yard, I'm going to show you how you can make it look magnificent with a few tips and tricks. Let's get going. If you're new to my channel today, welcome. I'm Shannon at Skip to My Life. My husband and I have recently downsized from a McMansion to a tiny love cottage once our kids were grown and flown. So if you're looking for an upscale lifestyle on a downsized budget, I am here for you. Well, as you'll see, we recovered this backyard from the wild. Quite literally, we found this cute little guy in our backyard and we replaced him where he belonged, but that was kind of the state that this backyard was in. The area was overrun with weeds, poor drainage, a giant tree, and even construction trash. So our first step was planning this space and deciding how we wanted to use it. If you have poor garden soil like we did, you're going to need to amend it with some compost, some topsoil, and then you can also add free items like coffee grounds, pet waste, and even ash from leaves and twigs that you can burn in your yard. It will make all the difference in the world. Now, the biggest way to save money gardening is to start your own seedlings inside. I'm going to tell you the materials and the seeds that I prefer from Dollar Tree, the ones that worked well for me, the ones that didn't grow as well. But the secret is that these seed packets from Dollar Tree cost only 25 cents, and many of them are wonderful plants. When all danger of frost has passed, you can go ahead and transplant those seedlings you've been growing inside, and this is really exciting. I'm going to also tell you where I got these trellis poles for free, and so far on this entire garden we spent about $10. You really just can't beat that. I love the little starter pots from Dollar Tree, the plant markers. I ended up using 2 to 3 packets. I believe they come 10 in a packet for $1. These are my beans, and one variety was a climbing variety, the one on the right. The one on the left was not a climbing variety. They both produced beans and they were both yummy and really, really easy to grow. If you're enjoying this video, why not tap that thumbs up button and also subscribe to my channel. I would love to come back and bring you even more wonderful content. To keep your garden free from pests, you're going to need a couple inexpensive tools. Now, my pest model today is my long-haired dachshund Franklin, who likes to tromp across my flower beds and my vegetable beds. So I fashioned a little fence out of aluminum foil. Now, in general, squirrels and rabbits and birds really dislike anything shiny and reflective. So a little fence of aluminum foil is easily and cheaply done, and it can be really effective. But here's where I get my wooden braces and poles to help put up little barriers and fences. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they have an area where they cut wood, and behind that area are always wood scraps. Now, this area was empty on the day I went, but I always find something there, and it is completely free. If you don't find what you need for free, you can buy these inexpensive wood stakes at your local hardware as well. Now, I'm going to show you this black mesh that I purchased at Walmart. Very inexpensive, and you really can't even see it from far away, but it works very well to prevent little pests from getting on your plants without using harmful chemicals. If you are bothered by crawling insects or mites, I recommend diatomaceous earth. You can get it in any feed store. Some hardware stores carry it. It's completely non-toxic to pets and children. The consistency is like flour, and you just sprinkle it around anywhere you're getting crawling insects or pests. It will wash away in the rain, and you'll just have to reapply it. Now this next step was so much fun. My husband and I decided to mount on the fence as a focal point these 3 old windows that our son had given us from a project he worked on restoring a house. These windows are over 100 years old. So we used 2 braces from Dollar Tree per window, and then I found the perfect size flower box at a store called Daiso. It's kind of a Japanese version of Dollar Tree, but they have a very nice selection of gardening items for just pennies on the dollar. The flower boxes I ended up purchasing were $3 per flower box. They were the perfect size, and my husband was able to mount those Dollar Tree hooks to the fence and then just attach the box with zip ties. If you've ever had a cottonwood tree in your yard, please comment below and let me know. I feel like we need to start a support group. These trees are not the easiest or most fun. They shed things just about all the time, but I decided to make the most of this giant tree by putting a little metal flower box I already owned on that with a little arrangement in it. Comment below and let me know if you took a lot of walks during the stay in place time. I found a lot of cool items on people's curb. I did not bring the toilet home, much to my husband's relief, but I did bring this old beaten up wheelbarrow. I started by cleaning this guy out really well, but I had a very clear vision of what I wanted to do with this, and I hope that this little project inspires you to look at curbside treasures with new eyes. It's so much fun to get unusual items to put in your garden as flower beds, especially if they're free. So I spray painted this with the Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint that a lot of DIYers use. It covers really well, and the color I used was key lime on the outside and then this gloss white on the inside, and I have to say it covered really well. To get a nice crisp finish on that edge between the green and the white, I went ahead and taped it off with painter's tape before I finished off that upper edge. It was such a sunny day when I filmed this that it looks like that wheelbarrow is glowing, but it truly did add a lot of brightness to the dreary corner of the garden where I ended up putting this wheelbarrow. It's really important to have good drainage, so my husband poked some holes in the bottom of this wheelbarrow just by hammering a nail in repeatedly. And then I bought a pool noodle for $1 and I cut it up with a serrated knife to add a little bit of drainage right over those holes. My question of the day today is, have you gardened before, or are you brand new to gardening? If you've gardened, tell me what you like to grow. Do you prefer plants and vegetables or flowers? And if you've never gardened before, what do you think you'd like to start with? Well, I told you that I would reveal my very favorite seed packets from Dollar Tree. The first has to be the climbing pole beans. I wish I had bought a lot more of those. And also the giant marigolds. You'll see those lining the back behind that fence. They are gorgeous and they did really, really well. The Roma tomatoes are still in process, but I think they're going to produce a lot. And so those would be my 3 favorites: the marigolds, the Roma tomatoes, and the climbing pole beans. Comment and let me know if you want me to do a follow-up video later in the summer and let you know how all of this grows. I still have quite a few seedlings that I have just planted, and they're supposed to be blooming within 90 days. So I would love to come back and show you some more follow-up. Let me know if that's something that you would like. Thanks so much for coming along with me on my tour of my backyard tiny budget garden. I hope you got some ideas that you can use in your yard, and I hope you comment below and let me know what you're gonna try. Please hit like, swipe subscribe, and come on back for more. Until next time, this is Shannon at Skip to My Life.